Hello, everybody. Today we'll be talking about teams that I'd like to see either do a rebrand of their logo or jerseys or both potentially. So before we start, please make sure to like and subscribe, and also please understand I don't hate your team just because I might want something to change for them. In fact, one of my favorite teams is on this list, and we'll talk about that. So, kicking off the video, we have the Anaheim Ducks. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate the Ducks logo right now, but I think the majority of people would agree that it's time to bring the Mighty Ducks logo back. The color scheme was amazing too, and I'd love to see that return, but I wouldn't be holding my breath over it. Basically, right away, when the Ducks' current owner bought the team back in the day, he decided to switch not only the name, but the logo, the colors, all that, and it's been basically the same ever since. And with the team winning their only Stanley Cup with their current looking unis and logo, I doubt that'll change, but we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Now, moving east into the desert, we have the Arizona Coyotes. While I don't hate the Coyotes look they've currently got that they've been using since the 2003-04 season, I think the solution is staring them right in the face. When the franchise started, it was using the Kachina, and maybe they should think about going back to that. Maybe out with the new and in with the old mentality. The Kachina was used as a third jersey, or it seems to be gaining popularity as being used as a third jersey for them, and maybe implementing it more again would be a good thing, or just making it the full thing, and that's fine by me. They did bring back the crescent moon for their center ice logo. The colors with purple, green, cream, all that stuff is amazing, as well as the design, so I'd like to see that. Luckily for myself and other people, I am pretty convinced this will happen within a few years. I think it's going to come back. We'll have to see what goes on there. Next up, we have the Colorado Avalanche, and while I do really like the Avs colors that they use, I just wish they would go a different route with the logo. Again, it's not something that I hate, but if they went with a Yeti approach, I know that they've used a Bigfoot foot, and that does not count. I'm talking about Yeti, Abominable Snowman. I said that wrong, but I don't care. But if they went that route and a potential rebrand, I think that would be really cool. Maybe like a Yeti or an Abominable Snowman standing on top of a mountain or something like that. That would be really cool. But I'm convinced it definitely won't happen. The Avs have been in the league since 1995 and have had essentially the same logo since their debut. And with historic players that have played for them, as well as the fact that they're a legitimate contender right now, I just couldn't see them doing a rebrand at this moment. It's fine by me though, because again, I don't hate the logo. I just think the rebrand would be a really fun thing for Colorado. Now, an unexpected member in this video, which you might not expect it, but listen, you gotta hear me out, okay, is the Columbus Blue Jackets, and let's just remain calm here. So, again, I don't hate the logo, but I think that we could go a different route. I'm fine with the colors, don't mind those at all. That's a good thing there. But, again, the logo is just, there's nothing that makes me think, wow, this is just, I'm so happy this is our team logo. And I think that the solution is staring right in front of us, as the alternate cannon logo would be a perfect thing for us to use. That and the logo we used the first 7 years of our franchise would be a perfect logo in my eyes. Maybe have one of them be the secondary. I don't know what would go on there. But knowing the Columbus organization, nothing's going to change anytime soon. And maybe it is for the best, because I've talked to a lot of Jackets fans, and they do seem to like our current logo the most. So maybe I'm in the minority, and maybe it's a good thing they don't listen to me, but I would like it to change. Now, moving down south to the great state of Texas, we have the Dallas Stars. I'm definitely not going to sugarcoat it here, as I do think out of this list, I would want Dallas to change their logo probably more than any other team. The colors are amazing. I like that a lot for Dallas, so there's no need to fix that. But I want the Muteris logo to come back. I am definitely in the minority here. I will take the heat for that, but I can live with it. Now, I can guarantee you Dallas is not going to be changing their logo anytime soon. They changed it back in 2013. This is supposed to be, a big deal, and I imagine that it's just going to stay this way. So if you want to get behind me with the Muteris thing, we're going to start a petition. And when that petition gets thrown in the trash by Stars management, while that's going on, why don't we just head on over to sunny Miami to talk about the Florida Panthers. Now, this is another team that the answer, again, right in front of them. It's a perfect thing to switch over, and that's to bring back the Leaping Panther logo. I know it, you know it, management probably knows it as well. The logo just sits right with me and many other fans, and I don't know if it's the nostalgia or something else, but for a younger franchise, this logo just really seems to fit. And almost, it's not an old feel, but it's just like a this is right feel. And it's a classic look. Will they change it back? Maybe someday, but for now, they're going to be sticking to the logo they brought in, I think, 2016. I don't hate that logo, so nothing to worry about too much there, but I'd love to see it back. Now, heading back out west, we have the Los Angeles Kings. It may sound repetitive, but I don't hate the Kings look, and that's all right. But with some of the logos they've had in the past and the colors that they've used in the past, I just think that maybe it's not the right idea that we ended up here. I think there's better options that they could do. Now, I do know they probably don't want to use purple and gold since the Lakers are infamous for that, and the Kings want to build their own brand image, and that's fine there. But I do think adding purple again would be a great move. They've already used the color before in franchise history, and could pair it back up with black, which is something they've done before. It's a color of royalty, or at least it used to be, which was more back in the day. That fits, the Los Angeles Kings namesake there, so that would be a nice connection. Also, that would be a fun thing to do just in general. Please, 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 though, for the sake of the fans, don't bring back the Burger King logo. I love it, but I know that 95% of fans don't, so I'm not going to fight too hard for that one there. Now, let's move across the nation into the U.S. capital of Washington, D.C. The Capitals, I think, are lucky since, again, they have a really easy answer here for a rebrand, and that's the eagle they use. It's crazy because a lot of these teams do have a really easy solution, at least in my opinion. And I think that it's just a better logo than the Capitals word logo that's just spelled out across the jersey. And I think it would make them more of a hot-selling item. Or maybe even go back to the logo from the 90s where it was the eagle. To make things better, I would go with the Capitol Building logo as an alternate jersey, or an alternate logo. That would be really cool there. Now, however, with Ovechkin staying in DC for 5 more years, I couldn't see them changing it. I really couldn't, at least for 5 years. But once Ovi leaves, if they are headed towards a rebuild or something like that, maybe you could think about changing it up for the first time in a long time. So we'll have to see there. Now, the final team on this list is in Manitoba, and that's right, that is the Winnipeg Jets. I have to be honest and say, while the logo is not awful, they either need to go back to the old logo before they relocated to Arizona, or I would like to see them change their colors. I think if they use their gray a little bit more, and they use that lighter blue for just going forward, if they did something like that, that would be a really unique way to go. Probably in the minority there. I love their reverse retro jersey this year. Maybe you could switch. The blue was the primary, the gray was the secondary logo there. That would be really interesting. And Winnipeg really hasn't made any statements about changing their logo or anything like that. So it's probably safe to say at this point, I'm going to just have to keep dreaming about that to happen. So that was my 9 teams that I would like to see do a rebrand of some sort. Again, are there any rebrands that you would like to see? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, again, this doesn't mean I hate your team. It just means that I think that there could be a better version of something, or it could be a more exciting thing. But yeah, that being said, please make sure to like and subscribe. Everybody stay safe. Have a great day. You go love hockey, all right? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.